The snow keeps no secrets. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel by June Calloway. Part 1. The Stranger Who Orders No Sugar. There is a particular kind of morning in Lausanne that feels like the world has been rinsed clean overnight. The lake silver and still, the Alps wearing their white like a secret they refuse to share. Elara Wynn had learned to love these mornings because they asked nothing of her. She had been in Switzerland for 2 years now. 2 years of steamed milk and latte art. 2 years of telling herself this was temporary, while somewhere in the back of her heart, she suspected she had simply stopped knowing how to turn the page. She was 27 years old. She had a degree in literature from NYU that she kept rolled in a cardboard tube beneath her bed, like a sleeping thing she didn't want to wake. She knew 14 ways to describe the feeling of falling in love, and had personally experienced none of them. This was a very specific kind of failure. The man came in on a Thursday in November. Elara was behind the counter drying a fern into the foam of a cortado when she heard the door. She didn't look up immediately, but then something made her look. He was tall in the way that some men are tall without seeming to know it. Wearing a grey wool coat that looked like it had been expensive once and had earned the right to look slightly worn. Dark hair, a little too long to be intentional. He stood in the doorway, scanning the room. Then he looked at her. Elara looked back down at her cortado. The fern she'd been drawing had become, inexplicably, something resembling a small bird.
Good morning. What can I get you?
Black coffee, no sugar.
Any preference on the roast? We have a single origin Ethiopian today. Bright, a little floral. Or our house blend if you prefer something more straightforward.
The Ethiopian.
Good choice.
She did not know why she said that. She said it to everyone. But when she said it to him, it felt different. It felt like she meant it.
That's not good.
He came back the next day, and the day after that. Always at 8:47 in the morning. Always the same order. He would sit at the corner table by the window, open a notebook with a dark green cover, and work in silence for exactly 90 minutes before closing it and leaving. He never smiled. He tipped, always, exactly 15%. He never once looked up when the door opened. Elara found this deeply, irrationally irritating. She was used to people. She could read them the way she used to read novels, quickly, intuitively, but this man gave her nothing to read. On the 5th day, she made a mistake. She had been up too late the night before, reading a collection of Rilke letters, and she was tired in the way too much beauty makes you tired. She made his coffee and brought it to his table, which she didn't usually do. She told herself it was simply efficiency. What she did not tell herself was why she paused.
What do you draw?
Architecture.
Buildings?
Mostly. Sometimes the space between buildings. The parts that aren't there yet.
That sounds like dreaming on paper.
Yes, I suppose it does.
I'm Elara.
Julian. Chapter 2. What the Lake Knows. She told her friend Margot about him that evening over a bottle of cheap Vaud wine.
You talked to the handsome, silent one.
I said 5 sentences to a customer. It wasn't a conversation.
You counted the sentences.
I noticed there were approximately 5.
Elara. My poor, doomed Elara.
I'm not doomed. I'm observant. There's a difference.
When did you last let someone in? Really in?
I let people in all the time. I'm very open.
You are warm. You are wonderful to be around, but you always leave yourself a back door. I have known you for 2 years, and I have never seen you without one.
The back door. Elara thought about that phrase for days afterward. She knew where it had come from. She'd built it herself, at 23, after Connor, who had looked at her like she was the most interesting thing in any room, until the day he stopped looking altogether. She had left New York 6 months after Connor left her apartment. She'd told everyone it was for adventure. Switzerland was not an adventure. Switzerland was a hiding place that happened to be beautiful. On a Saturday, Julian came in at a different time, nearly noon. The café was full. She was moving fast.
Julian, corner table, 2 minutes. I'll bring it.
She brought his coffee 6 minutes later. Thank you for the table.
It's always there on Saturdays. People sleep in.
I don't usually come on Saturdays.
I noticed.
I had a meeting cancelled. I didn't know what to do with the morning.
What would you usually do with a free morning?
I don't usually have them.
Then you've been doing mornings wrong.
Perhaps. Chapter 3. The Architecture of a Secret. Julian had been coming to the cafe for 6 weeks. They had developed, without discussing it, small rituals. She learned that he took his second cup slightly cooler than the first. He learned that she rotated the Ethiopian beans every other week.
And what is the nothing that is happening doing to your heart?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have been smiling at your phone.
I don't have his number.
I know. That's why the smiling is so interesting.
On a Wednesday, the week before Christmas, Julian stayed past his usual 90 minutes. At 3 o'clock, he closed the notebook. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
Why are you here?
That's a big question for a Wednesday afternoon.
You don't have to answer.
I came because I needed somewhere to be that wasn't where I'd been. And then I stayed because Switzerland is very good at making you feel like you can postpone things indefinitely. It's a very comfortable place to be stuck.
Are you stuck?
I think the fact that I'm making coffee with a literature degree is evidence that, yes, I might be somewhat stuck.
I don't think making coffee is evidence of being stuck. I think it might be evidence of being careful.
What are you careful about?
Everything. He told her a little that afternoon, that he had grown up in Zurich, that his father had been an engineer and his mother a pianist, that he had become an architect as a way of holding both things inside one life. He had been working for 3 years on a community arts center in the Valais, the most important thing he had ever done. She told him about the Rilke letters, about NYU, about New York, a place she had loved and still missed. She did not tell him about Connor. Not yet. I should let you close.
You weren't keeping me from anything.
Julian. Elara. Thank you for the conversation.
Anytime, Julian.
She locked the door and stood for a moment in the empty cafe. Something is beginning, she thought. I am not ready. I wonder if readiness is something that happens to you, or something you decide. End of part 1. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel by June Calloway. Part 2. Everything We Do Not Say. January in Lausanne is not a month for the faint-hearted. The lake turns the color of old pewter. The mist comes in low and stays. The city retreats into itself, quieter, more particular. Elara had always loved January for this reason. This January, she loved it more. Julian still came every morning at 8:47. But something had shifted. He had begun, incrementally, to look up. Sometimes when she passed his table, he would lift his eyes and say something, and there would be a beat that lasted slightly longer than necessary.
We talk. Occasionally.
You are in trouble.
Chapter 4. A walk along the water. It was his idea, which surprised her.
Do you ever walk along the lake? In the mornings, before you start?
Sometimes, if I have time.
I walk there on Saturdays, early, if you wanted to walk.
I'd like that. They walked on Saturday morning along the water, the lake gray and immense, the Alps hidden in cloud.
The site is in a small valley in the Valais. There was a textile mill there that closed in the 90s. The community wants it to be something for the children, a place for music, for art, things that have no immediate practical use and are therefore essential.
Things that have no immediate practical use.
My father's expression. He was an engineer. He said it with some envy.
What did your mother think?
She died when I was 16. Aneurysm. She was sitting at the piano. She would have loved the project.
Is that why it matters? The project?
It's one reason. There are other reasons. I'm not ready to tell you the other reasons yet.
That's okay.
Most people push.
I don't like being pushed. So I try not to push.
Where did you learn that?
The hard way. Like most things. She told him about her parents, about wanting once to write.
What stopped you?
Fear. That I had something to say, but it wouldn't be enough. Or worse, that I'd discover I had nothing to say at all.
That's why you came here. You came to find out whether you have something to say. But you've been here 2 years, and you haven't started.
No, I haven't.
What are you waiting for?
I think I might have been waiting to feel like something was worth writing about.
Chapter 5. The Complication.
There's something I think you should know about your architect.
He's not my architect.
Julian was engaged until 14 months ago. Her name was Ingrid. They were together for 5 years. She left him 3 months before the wedding. She moved to Berlin.
Why are you telling me this?
Because you have a back door, and he has a wound, and I love you, and I want you to walk into this knowing what you're walking into.
It's not. We're not.
I know, but you will be.
The knowledge of Ingrid sat in her chest like a stone she hadn't put there. She understood, with the clarity of someone who had been left herself, what it meant to have your future removed by someone else's decision. The following Saturday, they walked again. You're different today.
Am I?
Quieter. Not unhappy, just further away.
Someone told me something. About you. I'm not asking you to explain. I just wanted you to know I know. So there's no performance between us.
What did they tell you?
Enough.
Are you...
I'm still here. Walking. That's all I can tell you right now.
Chapter 6. Things written down. He gave her something in February. He placed his green notebook on the counter. Page 43. You don't have to read it now. Or at all. But I wanted you to have it. The space between what I want to say and what I can say is the same space between a building's blueprint and its finished form. The drawing knows everything. The building takes time. I am still learning to build. But I want you to know the blueprint exists. And it has your name in the margins, small, like something I put there before I knew I was doing it. Elara did not move for a full minute. Then she closed the notebook and held it against her chest. She wrote to him that evening by hand. Julian, I've been thinking about blueprints and buildings, about how the building is where the risk becomes real. I think I'd like to try opening a door. Come for dinner on Saturday. I'll cook something unreasonably ambitious and probably slightly wrong, and we can talk about things that have no immediate practical use. She thought, this is either very brave or very foolish. She thought, I am beginning to think those might be the same thing. End of part 2. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel by June Calloway. Part 3. The Distance Between Cities. He came to dinner. He brought wine. He stood in her doorway and looked at her apartment. The books, the string of lights she had never taken down. It looks like you live here.
Is that good?
Most places look like they're trying to look like a photograph. This looks like a life. She had made pasta, hand-rolled, attempted 4 times that week. They talked through dinner and after, the wine between them. That's why you write.
I just told you I don't write.
You told me you haven't written. The reason people write is because they can't hold what they love with their hands, so they hold it with words instead. You've been trying to hold things with your hands your whole life.
When did you start noticing things like that?
Around the 5th morning, I think. When you looked up from your cortado and the bird in the foam wasn't quite a bird.
You noticed that?
I notice most things. I just don't always say them. Elara laughed, a real laugh, surprised out of her. Chapter 7. What Almost Was. We met in architecture school in Zurich. She was conceptually brilliant. We were together 5 years. She was offered a position in Berlin, a once-in-a-career opportunity. She took it. What I didn't understand was that she had known for some time before telling me that she was leaving more than Lausanne.
How long before the wedding?
11 weeks. I had already designed a specific room in the art center, the main performance hall, the acoustics. I designed them for a particular kind of piano, a Steinway concert grand, in Elara's tuning. Her name was also... It was a coincidence that struck me when I met you.
The room in the art center.
Yes.
Julian, you built her a room she'll never sit in. And it's still going to be the most beautiful room in the valley. That's not a wound. That's a transformation.
I've been trying to understand it that way for 14 months. You
don't have to say it.
I know. I want to. You made it make sense. In 6 words. They sat on the floor against her couch with the wine, talking until past midnight.
Elara, I'm not quick at this. I want you to know that. I don't move quickly, and I don't say things easily. I want to be honest about that. Julian, I have been alone in this city for 2 years. I am very good at patience. Go home. Come back for coffee tomorrow. We'll figure it out.
Good night, Elara.
Good night, Julian.
Chapter 8. New York Calls. A mother's voice across the distance.
Elara, honey, Professor Whitfield is retiring. She wanted me to tell you. She has a contact at a small press in Brooklyn. She said your voice was necessary. She said the world needed it.
I haven't been writing.
I know, sweetheart. Don't you think it's time to come home?
She walked along the lake that evening, alone. She thought, what if both things are true? What if I can go back, and I can also stay? She did not call Julian that night. She wrote instead. For the first time in 3 years, she sat at her kitchen table with a blank notebook and a pen, and she wrote. She wrote until 3 in the morning. She filled 14 pages. She told Julian on their walk. When?
April. If I go. For 3 months. Maybe longer.
You should go.
That's not what
Elara. You came here to find out whether you had something to say. You found out. You have something to say. You should go say it.
I'm afraid of what happens to us while I'm gone.
Then I'll be here when you come back.
You can't promise that.
I can promise that I want to. I understand if that's not enough. End of part 3. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel by June Calloway. Part 4. New York in April. New York in April is an argument the city is having with itself. The cold still insisting at 6 a.m., the warmth arriving by noon, the cherry trees in Central Park blooming with theatrical abandon. Elara arrived on a Thursday. She was staying in Brooklyn, in a sublet with 7 plants and too many books.
I'm here. The apartment has 7 plants. The city sounds like itself. I miss the lake already. Strange.
The lake misses you. I know because I walked past it this morning, and it looked particularly disagreeable. Write something beautiful. Chapter 9. The Editor's Office.
I read the 14 pages you wrote in one night. How long has it been since you wrote?
3 years. Almost exactly.
Your voice is specific. The kind that takes years to develop. There's a novel here, Elara. A real one. How much do you have?
14 pages. And the life I've been living for 2 years.
Good. Then go write the rest.
What if it's not ready? What if I'm not?
No one is ever ready. Writing is about doing it anyway. Come back in 3 weeks with 30 pages.
She wrote every morning. She wrote about Lausanne, about a café, a corner table, a man with a green notebook. She changed the names. The truth underneath stayed the same. Julian called every Sunday. You're writing again.
How do you know?
The way you describe things. It's different. Like a door you've opened that you've been keeping shut. It sounds like you.
Julian, I want to tell you something. The book is about you. About us. I wanted you to know.
Why did you want me to know?
Because it felt wrong to write about someone without telling them. You're an important thing in my life.
Elara, come back.
I know.
Chapter 10. What New York Asks.
We want to offer you a contract. A real one. We want the book for our spring list. The full manuscript by September. The book is set in Switzerland. It's beautiful. I wonder if it might benefit from a longer stretch in New York as you revise.
How much longer?
Through the summer. September if the manuscript needs it.
I'll think about it.
She didn't tell Julian for a week. Then, on a Sunday call,
Julian, I need to tell you something.
You waited a week to tell me.
Yes,
Why?
because I was afraid of what you'd say. And afraid of what I'd do, depending on what you said.
I told you when you left that I would be here. I meant that. But I can only mean it if you're honest with me, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Ingrid decided things without telling me for a long time. I can't be inside a story someone else is writing without knowing the plot.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm still learning how not to have a back door. I thought I was doing better.
What do you want to do?
I know I want to finish the book. I know who I want to come home to. Both of those things are true at the same time.
Then come home when you can. I mean that.
Julian, I love you. I know the timing is...
I know. Chapter 11. The Decision. She submitted the full manuscript on the 15th of August. 112 pages. She booked her flight for September 3rd.
Go home, Elara. Let me know where home is when you get there.
September 3rd. I'm coming home.
The lake will be waiting. Elara sat with her phone and cried. The best kind of crying. End of part 4. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel by June Calloway. Part 5. What the Snow Kept. She flew in on a morning that couldn't decide whether to be summer or autumn. She landed at Geneva. She took the train to Lausanne. She opened her apartment door. Everything exactly as she left it.
I'm home.
Chapter 12. The café again. She went to the café the next morning at 8:47. She sat at the corner table. She ordered the Ethiopian black. She opened her notebook and waited. At 8:52, the door opened. Julian stood in the doorway looking at his table, occupied. His expression moved through surprise into something close to incandescent warmth. You're in my seat.
I know.
You cut your hair.
In New York, is it?
Yes.
I wrote a book.
I know. You emailed me the first chapter. At 3 a.m. in April. You said it was an accident.
It wasn't entirely an accident.
I know. Chapter 13. The Room in the Valley. The Arts Center opened in October. The whole town came.
Is it what you imagine?
No, it's better. The blueprints are never what the building is. You can put everything you know into the drawing, and then the building surprises you. It always surprises you.
Your mother would have loved it.
Yes. She would have sat at that piano and played something that made everyone cry, and then laughed at them for crying. She was like that. Chapter 14. What he finally says. They walks back along the valley road in the October evening, the vines turning gold, the mountains catching the last light. I want to tell you something. I am not quick with words, you know this. I love you. I love you in the way that people love things they didn't expect to find. Not looking, and then suddenly standing in front of something that redraws the map. You rewrote the map, Elara. I think I've been waiting for perfect timing my entire life, which is probably not a sustainable architecture.
Julian Voss, you just said the least romantic and most romantic thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
Was that good?
It was perfect. It was absolutely, completely, entirely you. which means it was perfect.
I would have told you sooner.
I know.
The blueprints.
Had my name in the margins. I know. I read the notebook, Julian. I've known for a while.
And then he kisses her, there on the valley road, with the vines and the mountains and the October light. The next morning, the book was published the following spring. It was called The Snow Keeps No Secrets. The dedication read, "For the man who drew the spaces between buildings and let me stand in one." On the first morning of December, the first snow, she made him coffee before he was awake. You made coffee?
Ethiopian. I thought you might want it.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I'm going to write about this. About this morning. The snow, the lake, you standing here with your coffee. Is that all right?
Yes. I've gotten used to it.
To being written about?
To being seen. Outside, the snow keeps falling, indifferent and beautiful, keeping nothing, telling everything. Finn. The Snow Keeps No Secrets. A novel in 5 parts by June Calloway.